Hey guys, and welcome along to another ERT Esports video. It's ERT Stevie here, and today we're bringing you highlights of round 1 of the Nations Cup for the new exhibition season that's going on with FIA. This is Group 3 at Nurburgring. I've decided to use the Mercedes as it seemed to be the most the best suited car for the race. Obviously we all know that the Mercedes AMG is quite a strong car in Group 3 at the moment. So you join me here on my qualifying lap, yeah, just going to give some of my thoughts on the new FIA season. I'm loving the new format. I think pretty much everyone has been crying out for these sort of length races for a long time, and it's really good to see these being implemented, and yeah, really looking forward to taking part in more races this season. Did plan to do more FIA in the official seasons, but just really wasn't motivated by the amount of practice required to be done to be competitive for the such short races. You know, again, probably most people say this, but I do feel like the longer races really suit me better. I feel like you can actually really go at them. The old shorter races barely felt like the race had begun, to be honest, and it was already over, you know. So looking at the qualifying lap, we are purple. My strategy was to just fuel burn with a change of tyres, then straight onto my hot lap, and looks like it's paying dividends so far. It isn't the best lap in the world, a couple small mistakes, but overall it is not too much to complain about so far, to be honest. Come up to the final corner now, trying to get on the power as early as possible, keep the rear end in check. We cross the line with 55.3, and that does put us on pole. However, watch what happens in a few seconds with the times. So as you can just see now, TX3 Stefanzi we have the exact same time. Now, for some reason, I set mine first, as you saw, and he set his after me, but they've decided to put him in pole position. So not quite sure why that is, to be honest. It's obviously not alphabetically, because the E for ERT comes before TX3, and I believe my DI was higher than his, because I was ranked higher than him in the lobby, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, slightly disappointing, to be honest. I believe I should have been on pole, so I was actually quite annoyed, to be honest. And we are going to finish qualifying in P2, and yeah, time for the race start. So just looking through the grid now, obviously you're going to see that I'm P2, still annoyed by it, but yeah, we're going to go through the grid now. You're going to see, again, a lot of good drivers in the field, really strong grid, but quite a variety of cars. Obviously the 911 and the AMG really popular, but we see some WRXs, going to see a Citroen in a couple of minutes, someone in a Lancer, someone in an M6, so yeah, bit of a variation in car choice, but obviously most people are going for the AMG. One thing I will mention just now, just before the race gets away, is I did believe that I had
Okay, good luck, man.
reduced the volume of the the party chat volume from the raw video clip capture, but I must have clicked the wrong settings, so that will be in the background. The chat is from the live stream that Elegna was doing at the same time. So I'll leave you to enjoy the start of the race, and I'll rejoin you guys later on.
Okay. Your mate got his wipers on, Caden. Was it Caden? Alright guys, let's get this going.
So rejoining the action now on lap 6. You can see start of a race. I really struggled to adjust back to the higher fuel. It really took me all of that first lap and just after that first lap to get settled back in, and you can see I was coming under pressure. Didn't really want to fight for second, to be honest. If a guy wanted to go past me, I wouldn't have really fought it too much because I didn't want to lose overall race time. But managed to hold position, and you can see we've now pulled a nice gap to the cars behind, and I've been sitting behind Stefanzi now. Really caught him up maybe about a lap ago or so, and yeah, just trying to save fuel at the moment because fuel is a factor in this race. You can't just go flat out. So yeah, trying to save the fuel to make sure that I can get to the end, and obviously save a bit of time in the pits by not having to add fuel. Strategy wise, obviously it's quite clear as we start lap 7, but I've decided to go for a 1 stop. I was quite open before the race as to whether to do a 1 stop or a 2 stop. They both seem quite similar in race time, but obviously because I was starting right at the front and I managed to pull this gap ahead of a pack behind, it seemed to make more sense to do a 1 stop, to be honest, because by doing a 2 stop I'd have come back out in traffic, and yeah, it wouldn't have been ideal obviously. So tyres are in good condition, obviously still been able to keep good pace with Stefanzi. I do feel faster at this stage, even with a dirty air I managed to stay in quite close, but I'm more than happy to save fuel at this point. With P3 is starting to close up slightly, but I'm really starting to, you know, save a lot of fuel, so I feel like I've made
Could even short shift.
I feel like I've made good use of sitting behind him now. This is going to be our in lap, so my feelings now at this stage as I'm behind Stefanzi is I'm assuming he's going to pit this same lap as well, and if an opportunity arises to pass him before we enter the pits, I'd like to try and enter the pits ahead, because I think having, from what I've just seen in the first stint, I feel like maybe I could possibly try and break away in the second stint if I can be ahead after the stops. So you can see coming out here we've got pretty good run on him, so I've decided at this point that I'm going to try and put him under pressure and see if we can make a move happen. So he defends the inside, not really going to go on it, tyres are quite worn. He goes slightly deep, so I'm going to go for a cutback. Now I thought he might have been going in the pits, so I was being maybe a little bit too gentlemanly there, and I was going to let him come back across if he was, because I didn't feel like I was far enough ahead. But anyway, he's decided to stay out for another lap, as has Dilster. So you can see we don't need fuel or tyres. See a few other people come in the pits, out we go, and this guy here, BFR Supra, he pitted at the end of lap 5, so he's clearly on a 2 stop in the WRX. So I knew now it was important to stay in front of him. If I'd have dropped behind him here, I know my tyres are fresher now. We're probably going to have roughly the same fuel. So obviously I know that once I can get my foot down I should be able to get away.
Maybe SCDR feels like he owns me for what I did.
So yeah, I feel like I did quite well there to hold on to the position. And yeah, time to get my head down now, and you can see in front but Stefanzi and Dilster are really not that far ahead, and you're going to see through the course of a lap just how much time we gain on the undercut and just how powerful it is. So I'll leave you to enjoy the outlap, and I'll rejoin you guys again in a few moments.
He's on 1 lap first tires again.
Pretty sure he hasn't pitted.
He has. He's on the same strategy again, pitting at the end of lap 6. I think it will stay in front of him. This penalty is just too small to catch up to him. But it's okay, I will get him at the end if he stays out again.
So we can see now both Dilster and Stefanzi are both pitted. Both got 49% of fuel, exactly the same as myself, so they have both been fuel saving as well. So just be a tyre change for them guys. But crucially, they are going to come out behind Supra, and you can see just in the space of this lap we've already pulled 8 temps on him, and just getting to the end of lap 9. This was my fastest lap, but you can see already in the next lap we pulled more than 2 seconds. So if they're stuck behind him, this is really going to have helped me to pull a gap away from the 2 guys behind. Skipping forward to the end of lap 10 now. You can see now we're 3.3 seconds ahead of Supra, so it's going really well now. You know, we've been able to find some good pace since we've come out of the pits, and making hay while the sun shines. And we're going to see now Supra, obviously like I said, he was on the 2-stop. So it was in my mind that he could potentially still be a factor, but I think really for the 2-stop to work, he had to have been leading by this point. He didn't really seem to get enough of an undercut from when he came in on lap 5. And what that means now is that we have a 5-second lead to Dilster. And I think Stefanzi is maybe not so far behind him, so I have to be aware of these guys, but it is looking good at the moment. 5 laps to go, 5-second lead. They have got 1 lap fresher tyres obviously, but yeah, looking good so far. So just moving forward to lap 12, and this is probably the only blip in the entire race, to be honest. Coming through a chicane, the second part of it, I just cut a bit too much, and I knew I'd cut it too much, and sure enough, we get a lovely penalty, which we are going to serve on the straight after the end of sector 1 on the following lap. So time to feel some pain, time to serve a penalty. So still able to hold quite a nice gap to Dilster, still 4.8 seconds ahead. Going to see exiting this corner now, that's going to drop to around 4.1 seconds, so yeah, lost about 6-7 tenths with that penalty there. So skipping forward to the final lap now, obviously I'm on lap 8 of the tyres now, so they are obviously well past their best, but I feel like I've looked after them really well. This car is just really nice on its tyres, really good on fuel. It really was the perfect car for this race in my opinion. And yeah, still 3.5 seconds in the lead. The last 2 laps I've been taking it really easy. Obviously I know the race is in my bag as long as I don't do any more mistakes, like getting more silly penalties or bin it. So yeah, just gonna have a nice cruise round on this lap now, and try to bring it home for the win. So just rounding the final corner now, and yeah, what a great race. Love the new FIA format. These races, I feel like they suit me really well, and we are going to pick up the win. This was second split, pretty sure this was the second split, and really good start to the season, really nice way to begin the campaign, and a nice haul of points. And obviously, with the new format being what it is, do plan to take part in a lot more races now and enjoy it while it lasts. Hopefully, this is a sign of good things to come from Gran Turismo. So, thanks for watching the race. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the race, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the race, what you thought of the performance. Let me know how you got on in your FIA race. And please make sure you check out the channel for more content from myself and the other ERT esports members. Thanks for watching and take care. Cheers.